Hello everyone. In our previous lecture, we have seen some examples of SQL queries. Now let us discuss some more examples of SQL queries using DML commands. First, let us see about SQL set operations. The SQL set operation is used to combine two or more SQL select statements. The types of set operations are illustrated here. There are four types, namely union, union all, intersect and minus. Minus is used to perform the set difference operation. Some SQL servers supports minus and some will support except to perform the set difference operation. So according to the requirement, we can either use minus or except. Now let us see the definition for each set operation. First, union returns all the distinct rows selected by either query, eliminating the duplicates. Union all returns all the rows selected by either query, including the duplicates. And intersect returns only the rows which is common to both the queries. And except or minus returns only the rows which is unique to the first query. So the syntax for set operation is given here. So we write select column names from table 1, then use any of these keywords union, union all, intersect and except according to the requirement, and write the second query, that is select column names from table 2. Now let us see the examples for each set operation. First we'll see for union operation. We have two tables here, student and student course. Student table is having 5 rows with the columns register number, name, address and age, and student course also having 5 rows with the columns course ID and register number. Register number is common to both these tables. Suppose we want to perform the union operation on column register number of these two tables. Let us see what happens. So here we give the query as select register number from table 1, that is student. Use the keyword union, then write the second query select register number from student course. So if we do like this, it will display the register numbers from both the tables by eliminating the duplicates. So in the first table we have 100 to 104, and in the second table we don't have 101 but we have 105. So it displays 100 to 104 and then 105 from the second table. Next, union all. It also performs the same operation as union, but it retains the duplicates. So if you write a query as select register number from student union all, select register number from student course, it takes all the register numbers from student table, that is from 100 to 104 as mentioned here. After that it takes all the register number from second table, that is student course. So we have 100, 102, 3, 4 and 5. So that is also returned. So it retains the duplicates. Next we have intersect operation. It returns the common values between the two tables. So again we have student table and student course table. So if we write the query as select register number from student intersect select register number from student course, it takes only the common register number that is available between these two tables. So 100 is available in both the tables, 101 is not available, 102 is available in both the tables, 103 and 104 is also available in both the tables, but here 105 is there, it is not there in the first table. So it takes only the common values, that is 100, 102, 103 and 104. Next we have except operation. Also we can use minus instead of except according to the requirement. Again we consider two tables, student and student course. So if we write the query as select register number from student except select register number from student course, it takes only the distinct value which is available for the first query. So here 100 it is available in both the tables, 101 alone not there in the second table but it is there in the first table, and 102, 103, 104 is also available in the second table. So it takes only 101 and it is displayed as the result. So we have seen about set operations. Next we'll see about group by class. The group by statement will group the rows that have the same values into summary rows. The group by statement is often used with aggregate functions, that is count of, max of, min of, sum of and average of, which we have seen in our previous lecture, and groups the result set by one or more columns. So the syntax is select column names from table name where condition group by column names. But usually when we use aggregate function we cannot use where condition. Now let us see the example for group by class. We have customer table here with 5 rows and the columns are customer ID, first name, last name, age and country. So our question is display the count of customers in each country. So we have to display the number of customers in each country. So totally we have 3 distinct countries, that is USA, India and Australia. So let us write the query for this. So select count of cust ID. So we are displaying the count of the cust ID, comma, and then we are displaying the country. So country from the table name. Table name is customer and use the keyword group by. So we are going to group the rows based on the country. So we are giving the column name as country here. So if we give like this, it will take in USA how many count are there, how many customers are residing. So in USA 2 customers and in India 2 customers and in Australia 1 customer. So that is what displayed in this result. So USA count is 2, India count is 2 and Australia it is 1. So the result is grouped based on the column country. Next, SQL having class. The having class was added to SQL because the where keyword cannot be used with aggregate functions. So instead of where condition, we can use having when we are using the aggregate functions. So the syntax is select column names from table name, group by column names having condition. So let us see an example. We have the customer table here. It is having 5 rows. So the question is display the count of customers in each country with more than one customer. So the condition is it should contain more than one customer. So we can write a query like this. Select count of cust ID, comma, we are displaying the country from the table customer, use the keyword group by, and we are grouping the values based on the column country, and we have one condition, that is the customer should be more than one. So having count of cust ID is greater than 1. So if we have 3 distinct countries, that is USA, India and Australia. So if you see USA, how many customers are there? So that is 2 customers are there, and in India 2 customers, but in Australia only 1 customer. So our condition is count of cust ID should be greater than 1. So it is not considering Australia and displays only USA and India with the count as 2. Next we'll see about SQL subqueries. The exist operator is used for subqueries. It is used to test for the existence of any record in the subquery. It returns true if the subquery returns one or more records. The syntax is select column names from table name where exists, and we have to write the subquery here. So subquery means the query within another query. So for this query we are writing another query, that is select column name from table name where condition. So let us see the example for this exist operator. We have 2 tables, that is customer and orders. In customer we have customer ID, first name, last name, age and country as columns, and in orders we have order ID, customer ID, employee ID, order date and ship ID. So the customer ID is common between these 2 tables. So if we write the query like this, select cust ID, first name and age from the customer table where exists. So we are using the condition, we are testing the condition on subquery by using the exist operator. Within this we are writing the subquery as select order ID from orders table. From the orders table we are selecting the order ID and we are equating the common columns. Whenever we check for the existence of the values in the subquery, we have to equate the common column. So where customer dot cust ID, that is this cust ID and this cust ID should be equal. So we are checking that condition, customer dot cust ID equal to orders dot cust ID, and one more criteria we are mentioning, that is age is greater than 30. So we have to display only the customer ID, first name and age of the customer which satisfies this condition. So here the condition is age is greater than 30 and the customer ID should be equal. So if we see the customer ID here, it is 2364. Here it is 12345. So 2, 3 and 4 alone common between these 2 tables. So among that, if you see 2, the customer age is 35. So it is greater than 30. So it can be considered. And then if we consider 3, the customer age is 20, so it should not be considered because it is violating the condition. And if we consider 4, it is 40, so it can be considered. So we have to consider only the customer ID 2 and 4. So it is displaying its relevant cust ID, F name and age. So for customer 2 and customer 4 alone, the first name and age is displayed. So it checks for the existence of particular value according to the subquery. Next we have any operator. It returns the boolean value as a result. So returns true if any of the subquery values meets the condition. Any means that the condition will be true if the operation is true for any of the values in the given range. So the syntax is select column names from table name, where column name, and we can use any operator here like equal to, greater than, less than, etc., and use the keyword any and then write the subquery. So select column name from table name where condition. So if any of these column names satisfies the condition in the subquery, then that result will be returned as the output. So we have two tables here again, customer and orders, as in the previous slide. So here we are selecting the customer ID and first name from the customer table, and we are checking the condition on the subquery as where customer ID is equal to any. Any is the keyword which is used in the before the subquery, and then the subquery is select cust ID from orders table, and we are equating the common columns, that is cust id, customer.cust id is equal to orders.cust id, and the order date should be 8/8/2023. So we are checking in the orders table for the particular date mentioned in the condition. So 8/8/2023, the relevant customer id is 2. So we are checking whether this customer id is existing here. Yes, it is existing. So then its customer ID and its first name is displayed as the result. So if any of the values available in the first table is satisfying the subqueries, then it will display the result as it is. So it is displaying the customer ID 2 and Anita as the result. Next we have all operator. All operator is used to select all the tuples of the select statement. It is also used to compare a value to every value in another value set or result from a subquery. The all operator returns true if all the subquery values meets the conditions. The all must be preceded by comparison operator and evaluates to true if all the subquery values meets the condition. But if any one meets the condition also, it displays the values in the first table. But here it should match for all the values in the subqueries. So all is used with select, where or having statement. So the syntax is select column names from table name, where column name space the comparison operator which we are using, followed by it we use the keyword all and write the subquery select column name from table name where conditions. So here we have again two tables, customers and orders. So we write the query as select customer ID comma first name from the customer table where cust ID is equal to all. So all the values in the subqueries has to meet the conditions. So select subquery has select cust ID from orders table where the order date is 8/8/2023 or 10/8/2023. So according to this subquery, 8/8 and 10/8 we have 100 and 101. So it has to match. If we check here, that is the customer ID is order ID is 100 and 101, customer ID is 2 and 3. So we see that 2 and 3 is Anita and Kirtana, but although it matches, it has to satisfy for all the values in the subquery. So since it is not matching for all the values in the subquery, it will return the result as empty set, and it is returning it as warning. So thus it will not return any values because we don't have 8 and 10 for all the rows. We have 12 and 10 also. So that is the reason it is not displaying the result. So thus we have seen the some examples of SQL queries in this lecture. Thank you.